Hello everybody, welcome back to Grand Prix Manager 2. So last time we completed the first season of the 1986 mod and Senna won the Drivers' Championship and Williams annihilated the Constructors. But I've done a few things off camera first. New sponsors, got more expensive sponsors, and change up some of the parts in the car. But anyway, let's go to the personnel and see what other changes made to the other teams. So, as you can see, we've got Ayrton Senna as our driver number 1, Rupert Keegan number 2, and also you can see I've got Paola Barilla. Now there's a reason for that. As you can see, his base salary is 350,000 in brackets. It's in brackets because that's the amount of money he's paying us for his salary. So he's paying us to give him a seat. Anyway, next team. Minardi. They've got Sirius and E. Martini and he's... Holy moly, just look at that. That's just insane. But they've got tag engine now, so they've got a massive upgrade with their engine, so potential rival maybe? Who knows? Williams, they've kept Nielsen Piquet, but they don't have Mansell, they have Schleser now, and Schleser's there for 3 races, but then he's going to be test driver after the 48 races, which is quite interesting. The test driver Bruno, I have no idea how to pronounce that, but anyway, let's move on. Zach Speed, The Angles, Salah, and Lammers is their drivers, which I think is a pretty interesting choice. But Salah for 3 races, Lammers test drive for 3 seasons, Lammers 2 seasons, so how will that play out for Zach Speed? Who knows. Arrows, they've got the injured Mark Sewer still, they've got Boatson as their driver number 2, and then Rothengater, who were originally Zach Speed's, as their test driver for 2 seasons. Okay, Brabham with Patrice and Garza. They're both there for 2 seasons, and their test driver Ginzani for 1 season, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Also, again, we have BMW from Italy, even though BMW is German. I don't really understand that, but apart from the fact it's just a thing. Okay, Hassel, they've kept Jones and they kept Tamby, so they've kept their 3 drivers, but Tamby's there for 2 seasons, the others are there for 1 season. Benetton. The slowpoke, that's Johansson, taking driver number 1, Fabi for 2 seasons, driver number 2, and Gerhard Berger for 1 season is a test driver. Now, personally, I would disagree with that. I would have put Berger number 1 and Johansson the test driver, but poor Berger has to be a test driver, and I think he was an alright driver to be driver number 1. Anyway, Philippe Streif, who is from the bankrupt Tyrrell, and is now driver number 1. Derek Warwick from Lotus is their driver number 2. Philippe Alliot is their test driver. I think Alliot was always with Ligier, but he's now been demoted to a test driver, which I think is a very interesting choice. Ferrari, Alboreto and Arnoux is their drivers, and the ex-driver that we had, Roberto Marino, the test driver for Ferrari for 1 season. Oh dear. Lotus, Martin Brundle. Since we took Ayrton Senna for them, Brundle's driver number 1, who was also from the bankrupt team that was Tyrrell. Johnny Dumfries staying at Lotus, and Danner. Now if I'm right to say this, Danner was originally from, I think it was Arrows. It sounds about right, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Arrows. And finally we have McLaren. Alien Prost, Rosberg and Capelli have remained at McLaren. So they're going to be our big rivals to take on. And hang on, where's Nigel Mansell? Hang on, did no one take Nigel Mansell at all? Hang on, let me look. Nigel Mansell, I can't find him. Maybe... No way, no one did take Nigel Mansell at all. Oh, why? Nigel Mansell was brilliant last season and no one took him. That's a very weird choice that they made. Anyway, let's just get on with the car set and get on with the first race. of the second season, and that's at the Brazilian Grand Prix. Still don't know how you pronounce it, and I'm not even going to bother trying because, well, I just don't know how to do it. Okay, time for the first race of the second season. Alright, so we're over 2 seconds quicker than Prost. Okay, which is good to see. Rosberg's done his time. Oh no, Rosberg's just done his warm-up lap. So, Ayrton Senna, 133. Prost is now 135. Rupert Keegan's also 135. So Senna is like well ahead of the McLaren. Okay, so it's Ossella's from McLaren. Brundle is quicker than Dumfries, which I didn't really expect to see, but good old Brundle. Hopefully Brundle will have more fortune than he did last season. Poor guy couldn't complete a race to save his life, even though he only completed a few, but he's had so many problems. And Prost's got past Keegan in the times. Anyway, I think that'll be enough practice. But anyway, let's see how good is Brundle going to be this time round. Cause I like Brundle. I just want to see him do well. When I see him not do so well, it's not great. It's not nice to look at because, well, I like Brundle. I think he was a good driver back then, and I actually have a DVD that Brundle did with supercars, and I really enjoyed it. So that's another reason for me to hope he does well. And Prost world record, and Ayrton Senna beating the qualifying record by almost 4 seconds. And Keegan's going to top that. Wow. We're 4 seconds ahead of both McLarens. What on earth is that all about? Is Senna going to break it again? Yes, he has! Another 2 seconds off the time. Right, so someone crashed our qualifying. I didn't see who that was. But anyway, Dumfries is faster than Brundle this time round, okay, which was kind of expected, realistically. Alright, the session's coming to an end. Where are the Williamses? Still haven't done their times yet. Oh, well, let's wait for the other one to do it. Ah, here we go. Williams, 13th and 10th, so PK's got a bit of work to do. But I'm interested to see what the Minards are, because they've got the tag engines now. Oh my word, they're only 23rd and 22nd. The only person they've beaten is Salah for Zach Speed. So yeah, I was expecting a better performance in Minards, but since they've got the same engines as McLaren. But how many drivers will fail to make 107%? It's time to find out, and the answer is well, less than half of the drivers. But it's going to be Salah, Nannini and Jones that won't be taking part. Oh, Sears did quite well to get out of the danger zone, but 3 cars from 3 different teams. Not bothered the warm-up, because not my thing. Anyway, we have in the Ossella front row, then it's Prost, Arnoux, and Alboreto. Johansson surprising 6th, Brundle 7th, Rosberg 8th, Dumfries 9th, Schleicher, PK 11th, Fabi, Warwick, Tamby, Sears in 15th, Boatswain, Patrice, Streif in 18th, Angles, Rothengater and Garza are bringing up the rear. Yep, let's go for it. No one's stalling their car. So we've got 21 drivers competing. So this should be good. Okay, and the Brazilian Grand Prix is ready to go now. And Garza has stalled his car already and is out of the race. But Garza was like at the back of the grid, so it's not really going to affect the race in any way. But let's make sense of this all by going to the camera. So 20 cars started, Garza not, so Brabham have lost the driver already. Dumfries for Lotus has retired. Oh dear, Dumfries he was alright, but Senna was like far superior to him when they were teammates, but Dumfries is retired in the first race. That's not a good sign for him, for things to come throughout this season. In Senna, oh, Keegan holding up Prost, Arnoux and Alboreto. Johansson 6th, who's surprised to manage to put a bit of a gap from Brundle in 7th. Very unlike him. And Nelson Piquet for Williams has retired. Oh, no way. Williams have lost a driver already. Alboreto has retired. Oh, what is happening here? So we have three big teams have lost one driver each. And the most notably, PK, because Williams dominated last season, and this is the first race of the second season, and well, it's not going well for him. Schlesser, the other Williams, down in 11th. Oh, Prost right behind Keegan. Yeah, so D'Angles has retired, okay, for Zach Speed. Well, Zach Speed did a good job of at least having one of their cars make it. Both ours are at the back, oh dear. But just look at this, Senna in the lead there, second here, Prost. Johansson somehow is in 4th, I don't know how. Brundle in 5th, and Rosberg in 6th place is all the way back there. So, credit's due to Brundle for keeping up with Johansson and Prost, and that's Senna into the pits. New tyres. Don't need to worry about where he comes out. I saw someone else retired there. No. And oh, the other driver's coming to the pits. Okay, Keegan, let's see if you can maintain 2nd place. Okay, 3rd place is Prost, who's there. Is Keegan going to get past Prost, stay ahead of Prost, or is Prost going to get past? And looks like, yeah, Prost has got past. But Keegan holding 3rd, just ahead of Johansson and Arno. Yeah, oh no way, Senna! Senna has retired. Oh, no way. And Rosberg has also retired. Oh, that's not a good start for us. We've lost Senna in the first race. And but at least McLaren have lost one driver. Who else retired? It was Rothengater, but it was ours, but he's like at the back of the grid, so wouldn't have affected the race. Keegan 24 seconds behind Prost. Prost is pulling away. Hang on. Keegan is the 7th quickest. Alien Prost is 3rd quickest. Ayrton Senna, annoyingly, was the fastest out of everyone for this whole race. Martin Brundle, no! Oh, Martin Brundle has retired. That was not what I wanted to see from Brundle. Johansson, Fabi, both Benettons are behind. Johansson has retired, and Alien Prost has got the fastest lap time. He's over half a minute ahead. What on earth is this all about? Where's Keegan? There's Keegan's there. Alien Prost miles away. But then Prost has had some misfortune retiring. I wonder if he'll end up retiring again. That might be our only hope of, well, taking the lead. And Schlesser for Williams has retired. No way. So double retirement for Williams. Alright, Rupert Keegan's going to have to come into the pits and just... Keegan's gained some game time, but that was only because Prost pitted and nothing else really. Anyway, let's get to the 3rd place. Look, there's hardly any cars left. 3rd place is Arno, he's there. So that's Arno. And look at that, he's well ahead. And Warwick and Prost! That explains why there's so few cars, because they've both, in fact, retired. Keegan has just got the lead. There's only 8 cars left. What on earth is happening? Minardi! Sirius and the Minardi is in the points now. He is in the points. Haslola also in the points. And so is Brabham. So 3 of the back markers are in the points. They could actually score points for their teams. Who would have thought this would happen? Not me. But anyway, at the end of the day, Prost is out of the race, Warwick is out of the race, we are ahead by Arno by like 5 seconds, but this is a crazy... Arno! Arno's now retired. There's only 7 cars left now. And Patrice is out. So, there's only 6 cars left, so no matter if they retire or not, they have guaranteed themselves points. So if Keegan retires, we've got 1 point, no matter what. This is great. This is an insane race going on here. What on earth is... Fabi is retired. Streif is retired. There's now 4 cars left. Only 4 cars could potentially finish. This And look at this! Minardi are in the points! Who would have thought this would happen? This is just insane. But anyway, Rupert Keegan in the Ossella is going to win the Brazilian Grand Prix with Tambi in second for Hassula, and Sirius in the Minardi has got third. Wow, this is by far the most insane race we've had so far in this game. But I want to see what happened to Senna. Senna had an accident, so he must have hit someone or something like that. But just look at that, 4 finishers, Allison 4th, Minardi 3rd, Hassel 2nd. And, oh wow, look at all these drivers that spun off or had collisions. That's just, wow. This is just, this is just going to be a crazy season we've got in our hands. But, in the constructors, well, well, Lishi and Benetton got points because they got 5th and 6th, despite them retiring, but, that was just crazy. And we need to do chassis. But anyway, I'm going to end this video here because, well, it's just the first race of the season, so it might as well last year. So thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye to this race.